Coming to you live from the rinks in Hauppauge, you're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Final varsity matchup of the night on this fine Sunday evening. Northport Huntington getting the victory over Ward Melville in the previous game at the varsity level. 7-4 victory for the Tigers. They improved to 10-4-2, 22 points on the year. 2 behind East Islip. And if I'm not mistaken, they have a game against East Islip remaining on the schedule. That will help shake out the seeding in the varsity standings. Atop said varsity standings sit Smithtown Hauppauge. 14-1-1 on the year are the Bulls. Yet another stellar season from the perennial powerhouse of Smithtown Hauppauge, coming off a 7-0 senior night victory against KPC. Jack Pring getting the shutout in that one. Prior to that, a 4-1 statement victory against SCHSHL. A very well played matchup, which very well could end up being a preview of the semifinal or final against the silver charcoal black and red of SCHSHL. Playing against West Islip tonight, or Smithtown Hauppauge. 12-1 the last time these two played against one another back on October the 26th. West Islip, in terms of their play of late, have suffered 4 straight defeats after a 4-3 win against Ward Melville. That win very well might have prevented Ward Melville from potentially sneaking into the playoffs. West Islip themselves might have playoffs on the mind, but they'll have to get at least 2 victories out of their next 5 games, including tonight. After Smithtown Hauppauge, they play against St. Anthony's, then against Pat Med, finishing up the year against Northport Huntington and East Islip. Tough schedule for West Islip. In terms of players to watch heading into this game for Smithtown Hauppauge, they are led offensively by Marcus Diorico, Liam McNamara, and Luke Anderson. That trio have provided so much offense for Smithtown Hauppauge this season. 42 points for Diorico, 40 points for McNamara, and 36 points for Luke Anderson. Diorico leading the team in goals with 24, and those 24 goals, in terms of the overall scoring in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League varsity scoring race, looks to be the most out of any player. Is also second in the scoring as a totality with 42. 2 points ahead of teammate Liam McNamara with 40. Luke Anderson actually shapes up as third most. He now tied with JT Caruso, capping off a 3-point night this evening for Northport Huntington. For West Islip, this year they're led by Jonathan Grant. Grant, 14 points in 11 games played, the all-star representative for West Islip, along with Albert Telly. Look for him to be prominent in this one as we're underway in this first period. Smithtown Hauppauge and West Islip, really possession for the Bulls. Trying to charge his way to the front of the net was number 19 in blue, Marcus Diorico. And on the backhand, a staple for the last 2 years, Brendan Power. Worked it across to Rocco Troy. Troy back to Power. Power Deeks takes a look around. Pring, the starting goaltender tonight for Smithtown Hauppauge, up against Sapoff, both all-star representatives. Centering feed broken up. On back, Brett Spires. Wrist shot, Spires deflects wide. Onto the loose puck for West Islip was Lucas Thompson, to the line, not out, held in by Holtze. And Sapoff says, all right, I'm gonna do it myself. Sends it all the way down ice, splitting the defense at the blue line. Bulls right back in, turned it over, and now Barbieri to the loose puck, finds the open McMahon. McMahon dumps in for WI. Praying out to stop it. First on it, though, is Barbieri. Let's go up the boards. Knocking around, Auerbach on it. Tapped ahead, here's Avlanitis. Avlanitis with Rinfus in front, shot it wide. Might have went off Sapoff, who made the great save. Avlanitis, another shot directed toward the front of the net. Barbieri got in the way of it. Now settled in here by Colin Bloom. Bloom trying to skate it out of the zone. Looks like he's going to get called for a penalty here. Goes right over to the box, no hesitation. Colin Bloom will sit for 2. Get you caught up on the call just a moment here. Bulls power play goes to work. Take these power play stats with a grain of salt. 22% is what's listed for the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls on the PP. 50% penalty kill for West Islip, but again, grain of salt here. In front of the net, Anderson trying to find the loose puck. Diorico across to Cummings. Cummings drops for Luke Anderson. Return to Cummings, near boards. Back to Anderson. Anderson. Down low, Diorico. Quick give and go with Trites. Now back for Cummings. Cummings to McNamara on the backhand. Now forehand, shot it wide. Trites holds in far point. Lifts it across in the feet of McNamara. And Barbieri on the loose puck. Puck still pinned against the boards. Eating that puck like it's a buffalo wing is Barbieri, finally free. Cummings shoots, right pad stop, Sapoff. Diorico cuts across the zone, now in behind. Off the puck, handled by Barbieri. Thrown around to the line, held in by McNamara. To Cummings. Cummings across, one-time shot. Diorico didn't get all of it. Fire to the line, once again held in, this time by Trites. Trites across to Cummings. McNamara shoots through traffic block, rebound over the net. Speared out of the zone by Jamie Allen. And Allen will go for a change with 10 seconds left on the power play for Smithtown Hauppauge. Shot off the bar from McNamara. Avlanitis intercepted and fired down ice. This time by Nick Albertelli. Power play is expired. Bulls 0 for 1 tonight. With the man advantage as Ray Pierce's pass ends up over the glass and out of play. So early opportunities for Smithtown Hauppauge. Unable to cash in on the power play, though they had a lot of good looks. Sapoff. Number of important saves made. For Smithtown Hauppauge to win the defensive zone draw. Charlie Krickow. His younger brother, Christian, plays for the JV squad along with his twin brother, Connor. Good poke that time from Lucas Thompson. Auerbach sends it back to Power. Banks head for Krickow. Krickow leading Avlanitis out of the zone. Avlanitis near circle, hits the brakes. Tries to center one off the stick of Pierce. And a pass blocked by McMahon. Auerbach charges to the front of the net, shot blocked. Picked up by McMahon. Sends around. Fires at the far point. Holding in. Gathering occurs. And finally, McMahon out of the zone. I'll say Power had a chance to keep in, play the puck, so no icing. Gianrico. With over 5 minutes gone by in this first period, no scores. Smithtown, Hauppauge, and West Islip. Auerbach to the backhand. Auerbach to the forehand. Shut down by Sapoff. Rayau fires around. Spires to McNamara. McNamara dangles. Got around one. Now Brendan Power. Power down the near boards. Cuts middle. Power shoots wide. Stabbed at by Pierce, but not out. Barbieri has it in behind. Trying to outlet to Albertelli, Nick Albertelli. Turned over, now McNamara to Luke Anderson. Back to Liam McNamara. Turned over, and Ray Pierce will look to clear, taken by Gianrico. Gianrico, McNamara, short bagel try, and he got all that shot denied by Sapoff. Spires down the near boards. Gianrico flicks it across. He's trying to get it over to the defender, John Holtze. Instead, it's out of the zone. Marcus Gianrico trying to go right back in for the Bulls. Luke Anderson. Walk, slot, blocker save made. Sapoff. Skated out of the zone by Bloom. Bloom picks up speed near side around Holtze. Bloom is in. Bloom shot it wide. Trying to corral it. Fifield off his stick, and back comes Smithtown Hauppauge. Spires drops it. Gianrico. McNamara trying to make the extra pass across. It was behind Spires. That's just the kind of player he is. Luke Anderson. Shot deflected. A time by McNamara and wide. Shoveled down the ice by Fifield. Will be an icing on West Islip. .7:35 left here in this first period. No score between Smithtown Hauppauge and West Islip. So you're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Joined alongside cameraman Wally Mitchell and Ryan Brannigan. Coming into the contest, West Islip 2-10 with 3 overtime losses. Those overtime losses, if they're wins, they're in the mix for a playoff spot. Avlanides over the line, onside. Avlanides centers. Krikow in his feet, couldn't get a shot through. McMahon trying to plunge it out of the zone. Instead, it's back with Avlanides. Krikow has a stick lifted, shot denied by Sapoff. McMahon trying to outlet. Hits the stick of Charlie Krikow, and now on back for the rip in by Trites. Trying to chart their way up ice for the zone exit. West Islip held in by Cummings. Right back down into the far corner. McMahon battling Renfus. Shoveled ahead by Albertelli, that being Nick Albertelli. It's not out. Cummings near point for Gianrico. Back with Kyle Cummings. One hands it down to Gianrico. Once more Cummings. Trites. Wrist shot. Traffic. Save made. Rebound. Still loose. Still loose. And got into the far corner. Right back down, quick passing to the backhand. Shot save, rebound. It's in, they score. Sapoff, he did everything he could to keep that puck out of the net, but ultimately, Smithtown Hauppauge breakthrough and lead 1-0. See, this play starts in neutral ice. Quickly into the zone, looks harmless enough, but after that blocked shot, Smithtown Hauppauge, they go to work, winning the puck battles and ultimately setting up the eventual goal. scored by Luke Anderson. McNamara and D'Erico the assist. So once again, that trio combining on a goal as they've done so many times this season. It's step up at the and neutralized by Real. Real will try to chase in after it. Power sends it ahead. Jamie Allen right back through. McNamara. Scott D'Erico go to the net. McNamara given the opportunity to shoot, does. Off the blocker of Sapoff and out of play. And one of the better shots in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League, Liam McNamara. Just 15 goals this year. That's more evident of his unselfish play than anything else. He's got quite the hand cannon, showing it off there and up to the test for sure. Is Sapoff. Here's a little flip from Trites off the face-off win by Smithtown Hauppauge, gloved by Sapoff. He was certainly looking for a deflection there. With 5 minutes left here in this first period. Off the draw win, Smithtown Hauppauge shot deflection, score! As it got through, it's going to come off the face-off win. Try to see who it gets off. It looks like Charlie Krikow will get credit for the goal. So we saw Luke Anderson, his 10th of the year, and now Charlie Krikow scoring what is listed as his first goal of the year. Hard to believe. Talent of a player of Charlie Krikow that is just goal number 1, man. That's what it says. 2-0 Smithtown Hauppauge. Getting the deflection goal. Auerbach spitting in the near corner. Cuts middle. Good poke from Rao. Right back in. No go Smithtown Hauppauge. Barbieri battling Auerbach. Rao. Ground for Allen, who spears it to neutral ice. Pierce trying to get a touch on. Luke Anderson. Gave it away to Pierce. Pierce trying to cut middle. Back around for Rinfus. Challenged by McMahon. Pierce. Shot it wide. Rolls around for Lucas Thompson to keep in at the far point. Right back the other way in the skates of Anderson. Sapoff out to play it in the far corner. Nudged ahead for McMahon. Into the zone, Nick Albertelli. Brett Spires. Cruising through neutral ice. Head of steam into the O-zone. Around the net, Spires. Centers across. Oh, what a save by Sapoff. Would have been a highlight reel goal. And Sapoff had other plans. Now that shot deflects in. Looked like it ramped off the stick of Liam McNamara in front. 3-0 Smithtown Hauppauge. We're going to see the Spires setup here. What a save. And back to the point. Here comes the shot. And the redirection past Sapoff. Back the other way. McNamara fresh off that goal. His 16th. Shot wide from D'Erico. It's McNamara from Luke Anderson. So Luke Anderson with 2 points already here tonight, along with line mate Liam McNamara. Shot goes wide. Auerbach and Trites got assists on the Krikow goal. Spires holds in, sends it down for Liam McNamara. McNamara to Anderson wide. Polchi pokes it down the boards. Trying to make a play on it was Lamons. And Jack Lamons to the loose puck. Pardon me, Lucas Thompson. Thompson, a wrist shot. Save Pring, didn't know where the rebound was. Thompson chasing after it, shot it wide. Thompson putting it back out in front and no one on the other end of it. for West Islip. Great effort shown there from Lucas Thompson. Dylan Carter on back for Barbieri. Over to Thompson. Thompson to Nick Albertelli. Aggressive forecheck here from Thomas Albertelli. Polchi. McNamara, good step up from Barbieri. Spires dumps in. James Barbieri to play it. Gets around Auerbach. Barbieri on his horse through neutral ice. There's the back for Pierce. Pierce. A stab one through, went off the stick of Auerbach and sent back down ice into the Smithtown Hauppauge zone. Brennan Power on the backhand. Power rumbles on in. Power forehand save made. Sapoff rebound. Stabbed away from the front of the net by Rao. Right back on it comes. Ray Pierce. Dumps in, puck rolls around to the far corner. Spires, quick outlet for Rinfus. Rinfus off the boards, hoping for himself on the other side. Instead it's McMahon, who backhands around for Jack Fifield. Fifield to Colin Bloom. On goal, steered aside by Jack Pring. Pring, the senior netminder for Smithtown Hauppauge, getting the start tonight. Pring a 1.8 goals against average in his 10 starts tonight as Smithtown Hauppauge offsides with 19.3 left in period number 1. 3-0 Bulls over the Lions of WI. Now face off at center. The final 19 of the first period, won by Smithtown Hauppauge. Here's Auerbach. 66, resembling Lemieux. Threw it on goal and a butterfly save made by Sapoff. As we've reached the end of period number 1. 3-0. Smithtown Hauppauge leading West Islip. You're tuned in to LI Sports Network. Second period on its way in just a moment. Keep it locked here on LI Sports Network. Welcome back to the rinks in Hauppauge. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here, LI Sports Network. Some chances in the early goings for West Islip, but ultimately seizing control and scoring 3 on the way. Smithtown Hauppauge. Start to period number 2, Nick Albertelli. Playing it down low for Thomas Albertelli, and another shot save made Pring, and he's got the rebound. Some good looks. Start period number 2 for West Islip. Turned away by Jack Pring. Here they are again. Plunge to the front of the net. Here's the up and on the loose puck here. Thomas Albertelli right out in front, point blank. Couple of great looks from Ray Pierce. Turned away. Excellent saves there from Pring. start period number 2. And West Islip will go to the power play here. Catch that. As a result of that last sequence, to the box goes Luke Anderson for a cross check. They score! Power play goal! West Islip cut the lead to 2. Ray Pierce. We start with the face-off win. Any minute now. To the boards, you gotta win some board battles. As it gets sent around, eventually gonna find itself in the corner. Quick pass, Pierce, and Pierce gonna beat Pring to the far boards, or far post, rather. So 3-1. On the goal scored by Ray Pierce. His second goal of the season. Barbieri trying to speed around Krikow on the backhand. A little give and go, but Kyle Cummings was waiting at the far blue. Finally poked to center by Thomas Albertelli, and sharp shot by Barbieri. Diving block by Trites. He's slow to get up. Shoveled around, looking to get the forecheck going. It's Thomas Albertelli on Avlanitis. And great forecheck here from Nick Albertelli. Barbieri steps up to the near point, takes the puck away. Quick shot, he scores! James Barbieri, it's a 1-goal game. Quickly to the replay. I said quickly to the replay. All right. Guess not. Here it is. But probably too late if we're going to get back to action here. Here it is, Barbieri, high riser. Back the other way, shot from Smithtown. Hauppauge off the mark. 1-goal game, early going, second period. 2 quick goals to start the frame from West Islip. Barbieri from Thomas and Nicholas Albertelli. And Ray Pierce from Nick Albertelli. So 2 apples in the first few minutes of the second for Nick Albertelli. We're just a shade under 13 minutes left here in the second period. A little over 2 minutes gone by. A glove save made by Sapoff. Off the draw, Spires got around one. Spires shot, glove save. Tyler Sapoff fleshing the leather on Brett Spires, the offensive-minded defenseman for Smithtown Hauppauge, with 9 goals and 11 assists this season, looking for goal number 10. Turned over, McNamara. Cummings, far point, shot, deflect, save, rebound, still loose out in front, Hiller save, and they score! Sapoff couldn't ward off all of the onslaught in front, and finally putting the loose puck home, Luke Anderson. 4-2, Smithtown Hauppauge lead. And how about these saves, though, coming up from Tyler Sapoff as he tries to hold down the fortress. The incoming invasion. Starts with the point shot from Cummings, that deflects, right pad save made, rebound. Still loose. We're gonna get back to action here. You know that. Goes rewind. McNamara Hard on the puck. Finally jostled off of it. Ray Pierce clears, but only as far as Cummings. Who goes D to D, and now carrying in the zone, McNamara. Drops for Cummings. Cummings. Off the stick of Diorico, and Barbieri taken down by Diorico. And Albertelli sends it out of the zone for Brett Spires to recollect for Smithtown Hauppauge. Spires falls down. Pierce to the loose puck. Pierce. Nick Albertelli. Regrouping Barbieri. Barbieri's pass off the stick of Luke Anderson. Luke Anderson with McNamara and Diorico. Got blocked. Nick Albertelli. Too far for Pierce. Cummings trying to go right back the other way. Good stick though from Barbieri. Broke it up. It's on Hauppauge. Gonna get out of the zone. Diorico to Anderson. Anderson holds. Shot off the pad of Zapov. Pierce to Albertelli. Back checking is Anderson. Anderson knocking down Albertelli. He was taking the shot off the far boards. Poked out of the zone. 2-on-1. Smithtown Hauppauge. Anderson with McNamara. To Anderson. Anderson on the backhand. He scores! Luke Anderson, second of the game. A thing of beauty. Off the feed from Liam McNamara. Starts in the defensive zone. Eventually the 2-on-1. And the great finish. Forehand, backhand, getting elevation, Luke Anderson. 5-2 Bulls. They reestablished their once had 3-goal lead. They led it 3-0. West Islip cut the lead to 1 earlier in the period. Earlier, as in like first few minutes of the second period. Power steps through a few. Power shot, blocker save made, Zapov. Krikow in the far corner. Battling McMahon. Worked itself free. Power, near circle, looking for a deflection on that shot. It goes wide. Avlanitis takes it in behind. Spun it down the boards, out of the reach of Krikow. Krikow using the long reach to swipe it ahead. Rinfus merges with the puck. Rinfus, wrist shot over the net. Fired back out to the far boards. Avlanitis in a cross. Dangle up in a couple of sticks, and now Dylan Carter backhands to center. Brendan Power, cross corner dump. Zapov out to stop it. Zapov flings it ahead. It'll go all the way down and become an icing on West Islip. With 9:15 left here in the second period. 4 goals have been scored in this period. 2 from each side. Luke Anderson, I said he scored his second of the game. I'm mistaken. It's his hat-trick goal for Luke Anderson, who now on the year has 12. And an assist, 4-point night. Not even halfway through the game for Luke Anderson. Liam McNamara, 3 points. Diorico with 2 in the form of 2 assists. Here is Liam McNamara. Tries to dangle around, quick passing, Diorico to Anderson, back door, couldn't get a shot through. Now Spires at the point. Spires for a shot, somehow got through everyone in wide. Liam McNamara, around Albertelli, down low to Diorico, up top for Cummings, return to Diorico, at the far boards. Centers one for McNamara, getting the stick in. No time for West Islip was Thomas Albertelli. In behind, Luke Anderson tried to center one and taken away by Barbieri. Who clears the zone, tries to pick it up, streaking up the right wing side. Back with Barbieri. Turn it over to Kyle Cummings. Back with Brett Spires. Spires races on in. Spires on the backhand. Pokes free now to McNamara. Liam McNamara pitched it down in behind. Auerbach centering out of the reach of Diorico. Spires shot blocker save made. Sapoff rebound, fire down ice. It'll go on goal to Pring, no icing. Pring to Trites. 7:34 left, second period. Pass intercepted by Thomas Albertelli. Still, it got right back to Smithtown Hauppauge. McMahon sends ahead to Pierce. Pierce wraps it around the boards. West Islip in the midst of a change. One defender, one forward off for the Lions. Auerbach to Rinfus. Into the ozone, Rinfus. Drop back for Auerbach. Auerbach shot. Off the stick in front and out of play. With 7:07 to go here in the second. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Be sure to hit subscribe as we march our way on to 12,000 subscribers. Check us out on social media as well at LI Sports Network. Rights near point. Go down by Charlie Krickow, and now West Islip try to break out. On the forecheck, Fifield. Trites for Power. Power around Carter. Going to Auerbach. Auerbach quickly challenged that time by Lucas Thompson. So right back in it goes. Sapoff will let Thompson play it in behind. Thompson off the high glass. Slowed up by McNamara, now into neutral ice. Again, the first time these two teams played each other, Smithtown Hauppauge got the win. They've got the win big. As they defeated West Islip by a score of 12-1. Much tighter game this time around. McNamara's shot blocked. Getting in the way of it was McMahon. Thompson also was in the area. To the blue line, Spires. Brett Spires finds McNamara, shut down by Sapoff. Rebound kicks free to Luke Anderson. Ready, 4 points tonight. Looking for a fifth, and the one-time shot from Diorico didn't get all of it. Covered by Sapoff. Lone goal scorer in that game was Ray Pierce, who has scored yet again tonight. As I mentioned, it was Pierce's second of the year, so both Pierce goals this season have come against Smithtown Hauppauge of all teams. Barbieri, near side, Albertelli turns it over. Now Luke Anderson in behind. Anderson, a sneaky backhand drop pass. Caught even Diorico off guard. Shot from Spires, turned away by Sapoff. Spires back with it near point. Turnaround shot, McNamara missed the net wide. Allen finds Barbieri. Barbieri. Spires with him step for step. Trying to wrap it around. It's broken up. Back comes Smithtown Hauppauge. Luke Anderson. Offsides from Smithtown Hauppauge. Delayed offsides. Rayout flings it across. Nick Albertelli marches on in on the right wing side. Spires to the loose puck. Cummings taken off the carom by Thomas Albertelli. No shot ever got through. Good breakup here by Brendan McMahon. As he throws it across to Allen. Allen flutters it in. Diorico. Now Luke Anderson, Liam McNamara, what a move, Anderson. Anderson to McNamara. Ran out of angle, and the puck is on the outside of the cage with 4:06 to play in the second period. In that first meeting, Marcus Diorico had a hat trick, 3 goals and an assist. 3 assists for Kyle Cummings. And Brandon Reedy, who is not in the lineup tonight, had 2 goals and an assist. Only players without a point for Smithtown Hauppauge in that game was John Avlanides, Charlie Krickow. That's it. Everyone else on the score sheet. Turnover, chance, Carter. Carter's shot goes wide. Power got the stick in to potentially deflect that shot wide from Carter. Avlanides. Holtzy, a shot turned away by Sapoff. Once more Avlanides. Far circle shot blocked by McMahon. Auerbach in behind. Steps through. Auerbach back to the forehand. Stick check at the last moment. Covering up Tyler Sapoff. Bandit entering the chat with some heat. You also can enter the chat by hitting subscribe. Feel free to drop a shutdown. Not afraid. I wanna. There's Liam McNamara, turned away by Sapoff. What a save! And now Barbieri, speeding down the left wing side. Good poke from Spires. Helping it down the near boards is Colin Bloom. Carter holds in near point. Bloom to Carter. Carter wrist shot, turned away by the blocker of Pring. Brett Spires. And played with Ward Melville JV a year ago. With the Bulls this season. And with the Junior Islanders. Diorico settles, wrist swung, and a save made. Tyler Sapoff. Appears we have a St. Anthony's fan in the chat saying Luke Anderson can't compete against St. Anne's. Maybe we'll see about that in a potential Suffolk County High School Hockey League rematch. It was St. Anthony's who did win last season, 2-1, a decisive game 3, called by yours truly. Featured an uncharacteristic lopsided fair. Shot denied by Pring. Surely, that's true, that is true. Smithtown Hauppauge got their revenge at the state title, at the state level, I should say, getting the win. And now some fire back against St. Anthony's in the chat from a Sachem fan. It was Sachem that did get the win against St. Anthony's, their last game out against one another. I believe it was 6-2. In favor of Sachem, their first win against the Friars in over 2 years. Avlanides in the near corner with 1:14 and counting left here, second period. Bit surprising the score, only a 3-goal margin in favor of Smithtown Hauppauge. Brendan Power, can he add to the lead? Shot directs wide, out in front. Barbieri takes over, fires off the glass, and look at that angle, right on goal to Pring. James Barbieri, I would imagine passing his geometry class. If he hadn't already. Auerbach walks through. Auerbach has it in the far corner. Liam McNamara. What a save! Are you kidding me? Grand larceny has taken place on the ice. Somebody get Tyler Sapoff in handcuffs. That's ridiculous. And it's not the replays are. What's going on with the replays? Come on. Well, we stay 5-2. Now it's playing. Oh, come on. Another shot denied by Sapoff. Have yourself a game, Tyler Sapoff. McNamara's deflected pass, or deflected shot, goes over the net. Pass originating from Diorico. Taking the puck away in the near corner, Lucas Thompson. Can't clear just yet, now does. All the way down ice. And they'll let this one tick down to the end of the second period. 2 quick goals to start the frame for West Islip. They cut the 3-0 Smithtown Hauppauge lead at 3-2. But quick response from the Bulls with 2 unanswered goals of their own, both scored by Luke Anderson, who has the hat trick tonight. And the Bulls have the 5-2 lead going into the third period. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Ryan Brownigan, Wally Mitchell will be back for period number 3 in just a moment. Stick with us on LISN. Third period on its way. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here, and only on LI Sports Network. Smithtown Hauppauge leading by 3 over West Islip, 5-2 heading into the third, but want to look for improvement. 12-1 was the score the last time these 2 teams played. Tyler Sapoff having another magical game in net for West Islip, keeping them in it to this point. They are in striking range. They cut the lead to 1 once before. See if they can do it again. Liam McNamara tried to do the opposite. Setting up on a tee. Luke Anderson's one-time shot wouldn't go. Looking for his 4th of the game. Power shot. Partially blocked by Thomas Albertelli. And now Ray Pierce through his legs. Not out. Diorico to Anderson. What a goal! His 4th of the game. Takes it on the forehand, cuts to the backhand, and beats the pad of Sapoff. 6-2, Smithtown Hauppauge. See, the play starts in the far corner. And here's the chance to clear through the legs of Pierce. Held in at the line, and then Diorico. Heads up play. Finds Anderson in the backhand, and nothing Sapoff can do at that point. 14-14 mark of the third period. Anderson from Diorico and Trites. Luke Anderson, 5 points here tonight. 4 goals and an assist from the usual setup man. Barbieri trying to rumble his way into the zone. Got around Krikow. Thomas Albertelli on the forecheck with Nick Albertelli. There's the Spires. Spires through the feet of Rinfus onto the stick of Barbieri. Barbieri flips ahead. Brett Spires to Rinfus. And Rinfus will dump in. Sapoff. Around for Pierce. Cummings to Krikow. Drops for Avlanitis. Wrist shot Avlanitis turned away by Sapov. Barbieri to Albertelli off his stick onto the stick of Spires. Spires to Renfis. Renfis somehow got it over to Avlanitis. There's a broken piece of lumber out there. Of course, they're not made of wood anymore. Carbon fiber. Doesn't have the quite ring to it. Good power. Past Avlanitis onto the stick of Liam McNamara. McNamara cuts middle. McNamara hesitates, shoots, and scores! Liam McNamara showcasing the patience on his rush into the zone, 7-2. That's Liam McNamara's second of the game, his 5th point as well. As he's got a full house of points, 2 goals, 3 assists. Couldn't agree more, Bandit, that Tyler Sapov, the West Islip goalie, still on fire. He is one of the better goaltenders in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League, hence why he was an all-star representative a couple of weeks ago. McNamara, Diorico. Shot from Holtze never got through. Marcus Diorico's pass blocked. Stuck on the side of the net. And fired out of the zone by WI all the way down for an icing. Trites, far point. Rocco Troy. Krikow in behind, out to the near circle for Trites. Renfis, Trites. Nice move by Auerbach. Krikow trying to hit him. To the line, held in by Rocco Troy. Charlie Krikow. Setups Auerbach. Oh, what a save by Sapov. Added to the highlight reel. Carrying out for West Islip, Colin Bloom. Now back with Smithtown Hauppauge and Renfis. Around for Krikow. Defended by Barbieri. Poked it by Barbieri, picked up by Auerbach. Rayau comes over, Auerbach steps through to the middle, and a nice back-checking play made by Nick Albertelli. Troy, pressured by Barbieri. Pass off the skate of Cummings. Cummings challenged again by Barbieri. The defenseman for West Islip, aggressive on the forecheck. Joined by Nick Albertelli. And good stick from Fifield. Around, Pierce keeps it in at the far point. Knocked down by Barbieri, but the loose puck to Renfis. Renfis ahead to McNamara. McNamara to the backhand, save made, Sapov. Liam McNamara around Pierce, around Barbieri, pass in front, blocked by Rayau. Held in at the near point by Cummings. 9:35 to go, third period, 7-2. Smithtown Hauppauge leading by 5, their largest lead of the night, and have scored 4 unanswered goals. Renfis cuts middle, Renfis shot, turned away by Sapov, and Fifield rips it down ice, on goal to Pring, navigates it into the near corner. More importantly, West Islip, they get the change they're looking for. Liam McNamara. Seam pass. Anderson trying to go back toward it. Diorico just missed. McNamara. Anderson. Give and go with Diorico. Head off the stick of Pierce and out of the zone. Pierce going to work on Kyle Cummings. Marcus Diorico. Area pass to McNamara. Liam McNamara to Diorico. Spires off his stick. Hustling back to get it away from Pierce was Spires. Pierce does still get it into the near corner. Tries to fire one across. Caught up in the equipment of Holchi. Still they get it middle. Shot comes, save made. Thomas Albertelli the chance. Jack Pring coming up with the saves. We got 8:13 left here in the third period. West Islip trying to tighten it up even more. Game momentum. I mentioned the schedule down the stretch for West Islip is a tough one. St. Anne's on the horizon following this game. Then Pat Med, winnable game for them. Pat Med will be looking to get their first win of the year, potentially in that game as well. Came oh so close to getting win number one against Ward Melville. Going down to the ice looking for a call. Looking for something there was Lucas Thompson. Nothing coming. Renfus drops Avlanides. Avlanides back to Renfus. Stonewalled by Sapoff. Power. Rister wide. Auerbach and Renfus in the far corner. Coming away with it, Carter, and Dylan Carter plays it out of the zone to Brendan Power. Power, Fifield on the forecheck. Cross to Holchi. Carter knocks down Holchi. Nudged along by Auerbach. Quick passing, Renfus on the backhand. Nick Renfus dices his way through, and now a shot denied by Sapoff, taken by Rocco Troy. Barbieri got around one, couldn't get around another. Auerbach. Avlanides. Thwarted now Jack Fifield. Fifield across to Albertelli. Nick Albertelli steers it on goal. Pring the save. Luke Anderson regroups for Smithtown Hauppauge with 6:14 to play here in the third. Already a 5-point night for Luke. Has it in the far corner. Backhands one to Diorico, or pardon me, that's McNamara. McNamara shot blocked by Barbieri. Barbieri brings it around the net. Taken back by Smithtown Hauppauge. Trites. Wrist shot looking for the deflection for McNamara. In front, didn't get her, pardon me, that's Luke Anderson. Long shot from Pierce, gloved by Pring. Drop it down to Trites. Stretch pass intercepted by McMahon. McMahon poked from behind by Diorico. And Marcus Diorico sends ahead to Luke Anderson. Anderson drops it to Cummings. Cummings poked away. West Islip. Albertelli leads Pierce out of the zone. Pierce with Thomas Albertelli cutting to the net. Ray Pierce shot. Save. Rebound denied by Pring. Troy banks around for Cummings. Thomas Albertelli on the forecheck. Held in by McMahon. Save made Pring. Rebound. Pierce was there. Hopped over his stick. Ahead for Liam McNamara off his stick and onto the stick of McMahon. Out of the zone. Thomas Albertelli cuts back to it. I believe the Bulls are going to be called for an offsides. 4:37 left to go, third period. I want to thank you all again for tuning in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Be sure to check us out on social media at LI Sports Network. Join our chat by hitting the subscribe button on our way to 12K. Smithtown Hauppauge on their way to potentially getting their 15th win of the season. Bank down ice, 4:20 and counting left. Charlie Krickow for Auerbach, give and go, back to Krickow. Barbieri hovers on over. Cummings, wrist shot. Blocked in front, I believe Barbieri got a piece of it. Avlanitis, Krickow to Auerbach. Pitched up the boards, gathered back in by Kyle Cummings. Cummings, good pass, and try to send it back down low with Spires. Krickow, Auerbach. Auerbach try to play it out in front, smothered by the glove of Tyler Sapoff. On the horizon for Smithtown Hauppauge is a meeting with Middle Country. They beat Middle Country 10-1 their last meeting. And then Connecticut-Sayville on January the 19th. January the 28th, the last game of the regular season, as yes, we're about a month away, less than that, from playoff hockey. Bulls will finish up their season against St. Anthony's, and what should be a playoff primer, and excellent at that. It could very well decide who the first, second, and third seeds are in the standings. That shot from Power denied by Sapoff with sticks out in front. McNamara, shot off the post from Tierico, and now Barbieri on his horse out of the zone. Takes it wide. Barbieri takes the shot and swallowed up by Pring. Good rush up the ice there from James Barbieri. Barbieri making his fourth appearance for the varsity team. Has 3 goals entering the contest in those 3 games, does James Barbieri. West Islip without their leading scorer, Jonathan Grand, tonight. Another save made by Sapoff, 2:33 left here in the third. Also without Spencer Jordan, who last West Islip game I was calling on, doing a little board and color alongside our very own Travis Quigley, who's in Nassau tonight for a couple of New York Islander High School Hockey League games. Spencer Jordan had a breakout performance for West Islip defensively in that one. As in that game I called for West Islip, they lost 6-5 to Connecticut-Sayville in overtime, one of their many overtime losses this year. 1 of 3. It's Trites battling Allen. McMahon sends it out of play. Minute 51 left here in regulation time. It's actually 3 straight overtime losses, I believe, in a row in the year for West Islip. 6-5 against Connecticut-Sayville, 5-4 over Middle Country, 6-5 over KPC. And now here tonight, losing 7-2 to Smithtown Hauppauge. As darting to the net, save Sapoff, rebound Sapoff, another try, it wouldn't go. Tyler Sapoff, take your bow, and look out, coaches. Couple of them hitting the deck as the puck ended up flying on in, following another impressive save sequence from Tyler Sapoff. Quickly, shot Barbieri turned away by Pring. Showcasing the speed despite all the ice time. Eaten up tonight by defenseman James Barbieri. He's got it back on his stick, trying to extend or maintain his average of a goal a game. Getting knocked down to the ice, Thomas Albertelli. Spires now darts through center into the ozone. Spires 2-on-1. Spires takes the shot, fought off by Sapoff, and you can see Spires a little frustrated tonight. Getting plenty of opportunities, and Tyler Sapoff is just on another level. Spires backhands one toward the front of the net and casually just reaching out at the blockers. Sapoff, 35 to play. It's hard to call a 7-2 loss a win, but West Islip really held their own tonight. They avoid the running clock. Auerbach and across wouldn't go, and Tyler Sapoff, unreal. Not out of the zone. Luke Anderson, wrist shot goes wide. Final seconds of the game. Smithtown Hauppauge not letting off the break. And another, why not? One more before the horn. Tyler Sapoff, and the brick wall emojis are appropriate in the chat tonight. Final score, 7-2. Second quarter, 6 minutes, 52 seconds left. 3-3 between the Patriots and Chargers, in case you were wondering. Yeah, without Sapoff, it'd be 100-2. I don't know about that, but certainly would be not the score we have tonight. Tyler Sapoff, a first-star worthy performance in between the pipes for West Islip. Now about offensively. Breaking through Tyler Sapoff, Liam McNamara and Luke Anderson combining for 6 goals and 10 points each, while Marcus Diorico quietly had 4 assists as that unit continues to jive for Smithtown Hauppauge as they cruise to win number 15 of the season. And in the standings, find themselves still in first place, 4 points clear of St. Anthony's with a record of 15-1-1, 31 points for the Bulls, as there are just 3 games left in the year for Smithtown Hauppauge, 4 games left for West Islip after tonight, and that will do it for our coverage here in this one. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Thank you to the chat. You guys were great. And until next time, folks listening, chat, everything, I hope you all have a great night.